Yo, what's up, guys? And today, man, I'll be talking about the Boston Red Sox making a blockbuster move. And as a Yankees fan, I'm not gonna lie, let the Boston Red Sox cook, because according to Jeff Passan, you have a passing bomb. Garrett Crochet is no longer a White Sox. He's now a part of the Boston Red Sox, headed to Beantown, and the Red Sox, who have arguably the best farm system in baseball, are trading away a couple of guys in that deal. Now, according to, I believe it was Ken Rosenthal, he initially had the whole entire deal for Garrett Crochet. Before I get into that, Garrett Crochet is, in my opinion, also, like I said, for Max Fried, one of the top 15 pitchers in baseball. Last year was his first year as a full-time starter. He has some of the best swing and miss stuff in baseball. Yes, there is the injury concern as well as Max Fried, but he is one of the better pitchers in all of Major League Baseball. Red Sox needed an ace. Their ace last season was Tanner Houck. With all due respect, he's a pretty good pitcher, had a career season, but Garrett Crochet is a real front-of-the-line starter. He's a real ace. Again, no disrespect to Tanner Houck, but Garrett Crochet is that fucking guy. Now, the deal for Garrett Crochet headed to the White Sox from the Boston Red Sox is Kyle Teal, who Red Sox fans claimed was their franchise catcher, potentially. He has high potential. He's one of the top 15 prospects in Major League Baseball. Outfielder Bader Montgomery, who they just recently drafted, is also heralded as one of the top 50 prospects in all of Major League Baseball. Infielder Chase, I don't want to butcher his name, Chase Meadroth. Not familiar with his game, to be completely honest here. And also right-handed, the right-handed prospect, Wakelman Gonzalez. Again, not too familiar with the final two of those prospects. I'm not a big prospect guy, but I've heard a lot of good things about Kyle Teal. They dropped it recently. Remember when they initially drafted Kyle Teal, there was like a talking baseball post about apparently Kyle Teal grew up a Yankees fan. Red Sox fans were like, man, come on now. And then I've also heard really good things about Bader Montgomery as well. Now, breaking down both Kyle Teal and Bader Montgomery. Before I get to that, the Red Sox actually have 6 of the top 100 prospects according to MLB.com. So they have one of the deepest farm systems in baseball. Red Sox fans, you didn't trade away your guys, Roman Anthony. You didn't trade away your guy, Marcelo Meyer. You didn't trade away your guy, Christian Campbell. In my opinion, that's a dub. Well, the White Sox are getting the Red Sox 4th and 5th prospect, as well as I believe they're 10th, they're 11th in Chase Mudroth, and they're 14th in Wakelman Gonzalez. So, in my opinion, this is a really good win-win trade for both teams. Just really like this move for the Red Sox. You miss out on Max Fried. They're not going to go after Corbin Burns. You don't get Blake Snell. You get the next best thing, which is Garrett Crochet. And you don't have to trade away one of your 3 best prospects. You trade away instead your 4th, your 5th, your 11th, and your 14th for one of the better pitchers in all of Major League Baseball. Garrett Crochet is an absolute stud. Just looking at his baseball savant right now, I mean, this guy's a stud. He doesn't allow hard hits. He strikes everybody out. Only really concern with him is just, again, the injury, which, again, who isn't worried about pitchers' injury risk? I mean, this day and age, no one as fast as Garrett Crochet throws, which on average is 97 and not about 97 and a half, but he can get up to 100. He can get up to triple digits in no time at all. He doesn't really allow hits. He throws the ball extremely hard. Great swing and miss stuff, and not honestly terrible at walks. I believe as a reliever, which he was prior to being a starter this season, he struggled with walks, and now he's just not really struggling with walks. So that's what you love to see. I mean, yeah, he had a 20% walk rate as a reliever, and then as a starter last season, he only had a 5.5, which is in the 87th percentile. Now, he's pretty decent at ground balls. He had a 45.1% ground ball rate, XBA, with expected batting up to 204 in the 89th percentile. Fastball velocity at 97.2 in the 92nd percentile. Chase percentage 33.5, 93rd percentile. Whip percentage is 33.1, 93rd percentile. K percentage, he has a striker percentage of 35. But when he strikes out 35.5 of the batters he faces, 35 out of 100 batters that Garrett Crochet faces, he strikes out. So, dude's one of the best pitching repertoires in the league, some of the best stuff in the league. I'm very jealous that the Red Sox got this absolute thing, because I'm a sucker for strikeouts. I love a Max Fried, and I'm not going to be like, oh, I wish we got him instead of Max Fried, but I'm a sucker for strikeouts. I'm a betting man. I love betting on Garrett Crochet's strikeouts. This demon, man, I'm not looking forward to facing him in our division. This Red Sox got an absolute stud. Red Sox got an absolute stud. He also has a, like I mentioned, a 5.5% strikeout rate. I mean, a 5.5% strike, 5.5% walk rate, which is in the 87th percentile. He does get barreled a decent amount, 21st percentile, 9.2. So if he allows a hit, it's gonna be a hard hit. Hard hit percentage is pretty mid to the 49th percentile at 38.8. Ground ball percentage in the 64th percentile at 45.1. And his pitches overall, he throws a four-seam fastball 53.7% of the time, a cutter 28.4% of the time, a sweeper 9.8% of the time, a changeup 5.9% of the time, and a sinker 2.1% of the time, as well as a slider, which do one time apparently, which is 0% of the time. So really primarily throws a fastball, cutter, sweeper, changeup. He'll mix in the occasional sinker, but it's not really part of his pitching repertoire. But that is Garrett Crochet, the newest Boston Red Sox. Now his breaking ball doesn't really have great run value at only -5, which is in the 12th percentile. Pitching run value though 16, which is in the 89th percentile. Fastball run value 21 runs on that fastball, which is an absolute phenomenal fastball, 89 98th percentile. Off speed run value 54, it's pretty mid at 0 run value. Now his pitches, fastball got hit last season at 198, cutter got hit at 270 batting average, sweeper 224, changeup was 184, and the sinker was 154. And I believe the one slider he threw was not a hit, so that's good for him. He also is only 25 years old. He's a cost-effective pitcher, and he last season had a 25.9% fly ball rate and a 23.6% line drive rate and a 5.5% putout. So Red Sox got themselves an absolute stud, 25 years old, in the peak of his career, former number 11 overall pick in the 2020 MLB draft. Funny enough, the MLB just announced like the draft already. I didn't even know that was going on. Like MLB is so awful at like marketing the draft and the like lottery. Like it's generally hysterical how bad they are with that. Now Garrett Crochet last season had a 4.7 F4 in the 2024 season. He didn't really pitch primarily long in the second half of the season because they were limiting his innings, and there were rumblings about him getting traded to potentially like a team like the Dodgers or somebody. But apparently he wanted an extension so he could have the insurance if something happened and he was pitching in the playoffs, something like that. Well, I don't know what's gonna happen with the Red Sox. They offered Soto $700 million. They offered Fried 7 years, 190, same as the Rangers and some other team. I was reading a Joe Sherman, I want to say, Joe Sherman article about it, and the Yankees are only paying Fried apparently $24 million in AAV combined for the first 2 seasons. And in last 6 is like $29 million, I want to say. So yeah, Garrett Crochet had a 2.69 FIP, a 3.58 ERA, a 4.7 WAR in his starts, 32 games, all starts, had a career season, just absolutely phenomenal. Red Sox fans are gonna love this guy. He's one of the best swing and miss pitchers we've seen in a while. Funny enough, his expected stats are actually a lot better than his actuals. He had a 3.58 ERA. He had an expected ERA of 2.83. He had a 2.69 FIP. Expected FIP of 2.38. So this guy is even better than his stats show because he played on the worst team in baseball history with a hysterically bad team, especially defensively as well. So FIP takes into account not only your production but also takes away like your defensive. It's like not giving you what it needs to be given. Like if your defense sells you for a run, like FIP will take into account for that. So yeah, the Red Sox got themselves an absolute stud. Garrett Crochet, he's in the second year of arbitration in his age 26 season. Next season is age 27 season, 2026. He will be in his third year of arbitration, and then he will be an unrestricted free agent in 2027 in his age 28 season. A lot of people have been comparing this to Chris Sale going to the Red Sox and being traded from the White Sox. I remember when I was a freshman in high school, I remember there's a Red Sox fan, I think his name was Justin or something like that. He kind of like broke the news that Chris Sale was going to the Red Sox from the White Sox, because I live in New England, and yeah, kind of like instantly got flashbacks to that. Now I'm not gonna say that Garrett Crochet at his peak is like Chris Sale, but Chris Sale had some good moments with the Red Sox, and then he left them and instantly went. I know Cy Young. I know Red Sox fan. That's tough, but Garrett Crochet is an absolute stud. He's an absolute demon. One of the best lefties, one of the best southpaws in Major League Baseball. You have him. He's cost effective. We'll see how much he gets in arbitration in the next 2 seasons, and I assume that they would give him the extension as well. If you're willing to give Max Fried 7/190 and Fried's 30, you would probably be willing to give Crochet, I think, at the bare minimum 7 years, at the very minimum $30 million. Crochet might get like $35 million AAV because he's that good. He's special. Again, this injury concern, so I may not immediately want to give him an extension, but after seeing him pitch, he's gonna be special. He's one of the premier pitchers in Major League Baseball. Red Sox fans got themselves an absolute stud. All it took was not even trading away Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, or Christian Campbell, but the potential franchise catcher and also Braden Montgomery. I also forgot to show the stats before I get off. So Kyle Teo right now is in AAA. He's 22 years old. This season in AAA, Kyle Teo had an OPS of 819. He also had 13 homers and 78 RBIs, and that was in, actually that included AA and AAA. So just in AA, he had a 717 OPS with 2 homers, 18 RBIs, and that was in how many games? That was in 28 games. While we're looking at now Braden Montgomery, who I think they just recently drafted him, so I don't think he's even played yet, if I'm not mistaken. Or am I tripping? Because I don't see anything right there, but whatever. So Braden Montgomery, they Chase Roth, who's actually a hitter. Didn't know that. He's also in AAA. He had 293 with a 837 OPS, 7 homers, 57 RBIs, and that was in 122 games. He spent all season in AAA. And with Kelman Gonzalez, he pitched in AA. He pitched to a 4.73 ERA with a 1.25 WHIP. And he only had 92 strikeouts in 83.2 innings, and he is only 23 years old. Yeah. While Chase Roth is in AAA at 23. Braden Montgomery is 21 in rookie ball, and Kyle Teo's in AAA at 22 years old. Nice lefty catcher. So yeah. Shout out to the Red Sox getting themselves an absolute stud. Shout out to the White Sox for selling high on Garrett Crochet. Even though he's one of the premier pitchers in all the Major League Baseball, you needed to go ahead and trade him. You're not winning anytime soon, all due respect. Get some prospects, like you guys got last year with Drew Thorpe and a couple of other guys as well. I also got to mention as well. Hold on. My fault. The Red Sox rotation, because I don't expect Nick Pivetta to be back. They'll probably insert a draft pick instead of having him because they gave him a qualifying offer. In my opinion, shockingly, he declined it. Though I saw the Mets had interest in him, but whatever. So they have Tanner Houck, they have Brian Bayo, they have Cutter Crawford, they have Lucas Giolito, who will be back. Missed all last season with that injury. Overall, so yeah. But then they look to start Garrett Whitlock. So for sure right now, we're looking at Brian Bayo, Tanner Houck. We're looking at Cutter Crawford. We're looking at Lucas Giolito. And we're looking at Garrett Crochet. So Garrett Crochet, Tanner Houck, Brian Bayo, Lucas Giolito, Cutter Crawford. So probably move back to the bullpen. Garrett Whitlock. Red Sox stole him from us in the Rule 5 draft from a Yankees legend. Damn good reliever, I should say. He looks good potential to starter in my opinion as well. Garrett Whitlock. He has some stuff, nasty stuff for sure. But Red Sox W my book, and White Sox W my book. My opinion, just a flat out win-win trade overall. Red Sox don't trade any of their top 3 prospects and they get one of the premier pitchers in Major League Baseball. And the White Sox sell high on Garrett Crochet and get some good value guys, and now look to get maybe their franchise catcher and Kyle Teo, which is the headline of this deal. Also some other guys as well, including Braden Montgomery, who the Red Sox just drafted, and I've heard some really good things about him as well. And yeah, so overall, in my opinion, a win-win trade. But other than that, yo, that is the video. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up, just follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok, John. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.